Today I'm going to demonstrate how to PMCS quickly on a 915 truck. So this is a military truck. It's a 915 A5. This is the newest truck that we have in the military. So we'll just do a quick walkthrough of what I do. So the first things that I do is usually check our tires, and then we also check our hubcaps. So making sure that if you look closely, we want to make sure that we have enough liquid in here that actually fills the line through here, and it looks like we're good. So we'll come all the way back here. This is our spare tire. We want to make sure that none of these are tangled up or these are like charred in any way. Then we have our tanks. Our A5 does have 2 tanks, and both of these are 60 gallons. So usually we want to open these up, make sure the chain is on here. If the chain's not, then that's an issue. Then we want to go ahead, come up here. We want to double check our lines. And these connect to the trailers. We want to make sure that there's no indents or there's no lines in here where it's going to hurt the lines where the air is not going to go through. After that, so this whole thing is we're going to go around, make sure there's nothing wrong. So we're going to go look up and down from the vehicle. We're going to check our 5th wheel. So this is where the trailer will be hitting on top. We want to make sure that it's moving okay. This is our kingpin, making sure this is movable, as well as our secondary pin right here, making sure that's moving all right. Same thing, we're gonna, usually when I do a PMCS, we're gonna actually check the tires a little bit better, make sure there's nothing wrong with our mud flaps back here. Usually I would have the truck on to double check that the lights are working. And then we do have connections back here as well for more air. Make sure that nothing is wrong with those. Same thing. Gonna continue to look at mud flaps, tires. Gonna look at the 5th wheel on this side. Same thing on this side. It's attached, good to go. Make sure these are not deflated as well. Just up and down the truck, making sure windows are not broken, mirrors are intact. Okay. And then we'll come back around this side. Also checking mirrors, usually before I go on any drives. I make sure my mirrors are wiped off, grab a cloth, whatever you need. So then the next thing I usually do is check my liquid. So this is my power steering. So we want to use non-synthetic 15W40 engine oil for this. So first thing we're going to do is wipe it first, make sure there's nothing on it. This is what it looks like. It's a smaller dipstick. Back in, pull it back out, and this is what we're looking at. So it says full to this line right here, and then cold, and then add. So it looks like we're doing pretty good. Usually when it's been sitting here and pretty cold, it's not going to be at its highest. When you turn on the vehicle and it's sitting for a little bit, it will expand some bit. So usually when the truck's sitting, you will want to check it again. Then we'll go ahead, go to the other side. So this is our transmission, and then this is where we fill, and then this is our engine oil. So it's when I first got it, it was very hard to keep track of these two because they were so close together. So these are the other two that we do at our level, is to make sure we check these. Same thing, these are a bit longer, so if you do your own oil at home, like change your car and stuff, these are obviously a bit longer. Do the same thing, wipe it off, the old stuff, put it back in. Like I said, we do that just because of the old stuff that's been on there for a bit, and we don't know the last time it's been changed. They should be changed every single time and looked at every single time. case, we never know. So looking on here, not sure if the camera can see it, but it's all the way up here. So it looks like maintenance has taken care of this truck. But this is our level, so if you do see that it does need more, then you can go grab some more and do it yourself. And we'll check the engine oil. So this one's a little bit different, it's twisted and stuff. Same thing again, same idea, pull it out, wipe it off, old access stuff, put it back in. Same thing. So the full line is right there. So again, like with the power steering, once the truck is on for a little bit, it will expand because heat does expand. So after the truck's been running for about 30 minutes, preferably get out of the truck and then check it again. And then after that is done, we'll head to the interior. So you can go in that side and I'll meet you around. So this is the interior. When you get into the middle of your PMCS, you will have to check the interior of your vehicle. You'll have to check, your seat belts. You'll have to check your windows, making sure there's no cracks. You'll have to check your windshield, checking your wheel, and then also during your PMCS you will have to turn on your vehicle. I will not be doing that just because we are in a building and we don't need the exhaust in the building. And then also just making sure that your vehicle is obviously clean, that you do have a fire extinguisher right here, and then obviously that your gauges are where they are all supposed to be when you turn on your key. So these are all the gauges. Just making sure you're always full, your temperature is where it's supposed to be, your engine is cooled where it's supposed to be. We always have a lot of issues with the engine always overheating, so just making sure you check that and everything. But hopefully you learned something from this video, and maybe someday you'll get into a military truck or even a civilian truck, because these are old Freightliners after all. Thank you.